The barren stars burned cold and distant above the alien plains, their white light bleeding through thin wisps of violet atmosphere. Captain Elias Rourke stood on the ridge, his boots sinking into the powdered stone, watching as 2 moons drifted over the horizon. He had been stranded on this world for 3 years. 3 long years since the crash of the Dauntless. 3 years since any voice on his comms answered. He wasn't alone, not exactly. The Xylorians, a proud and ancient people, had discovered him when he was little more than broken bone and scorched flesh pulled from the wreckage. Their culture was tribal yet sophisticated. Songs that bent the air, metals woven into fabric, medicine grown from crystalline plants. Elias had survived because of them. And he had survived because of her. Lorana. She had been his healer, his guardian, and eventually his companion when loneliness had gnawed at his soul. They were 2 people bound by different worlds yet pulled together by need, curiosity, and something Elias had tried not to name. Now, 3 years later, a child ran across the purple fields, her silver hair gleaming like strands of moonlight, her bright eyes, human blue, not Xylorian gold, fixing on Elias as she called out, "Father!" The word pierced him like a blade wrapped in silk. He bent, lifting the girl into his arms. She laughed, clung to his neck, and pressed her forehead against his. Elias felt her warmth, her smallness, her absolute trust. Behind him a shadow stirred. "Why?" Lorana's voice was low, trembling, almost afraid. He turned. Her golden eyes widened as if the stars themselves had betrayed her. "Why does my daughter call you father?" Elias froze. The moons cast their pale glow across her face. Her lips trembled, her hands curled into fists. He had never seen her like this. The child squirmed in his arms, oblivious to the storm that brewed. "Come play, father," she cried again. Lorana's gaze hardened, though beneath it he saw hurt, confusion, and something far deeper, fear of truth. The beginning, stranded among strangers. When Elias first woke in the Xylorian encampment, he thought he was in some fevered dream. Their elongated forms shimmered with faint bioluminescence. Their voices harmonized even in casual speech. They should have frightened him, but instead they saved him. Lorana was appointed to heal him, but she did more than mend bones. She taught him their tongue, fed him their breadfruit and starlight wine, explained the songs of their ancestors that echoed through crystalline caves. Months passed, then years. No rescue came. The dauntless beacon was silent. Earth was silent. He was adrift, cut from the galaxy. Lorana became his anchor. And when the loneliness burned too deep, when the walls of his alien hut pressed too close, they found each other in the darkness. Words failed them, but touch spoke enough. What Elias never expected was the child. The Xylorians had always whispered that their blood could never mix with outsiders. Their genetics were bound by sacred law, their children born only from pure lineage. Yet, when the infant was born, her cry echoing under twin moons, the elders had been silent with awe and unease. She was something impossible. They named her Seris. The middle, a world divided. Seris grew quickly, quicker than human children but slower than pure Xylorians. She ran with the wild creatures, sang with the elders, but her eyes were human. Whenever she looked at Elias, she called him father, though he had never told her to. It had come naturally, as though written into her soul. Lorana never corrected her, but neither did she encourage it. She simply pressed her lips tight, as though hiding a truth even from herself. Now, after all this time, she demanded the truth aloud. "Lorana," Elias began carefully, placing Seris down where she darted to chase glowing fire moths. "You know why?" Her golden eyes burned. "I don't know. I carried her within me. I birthed her. She is my daughter. But why does she claim you? Why does her blood sing a song no Xylurian child should know? Elias clenched his fists. Because she is mine too. The silence that followed was heavier than stone. Lyrana staggered back as though struck. Impossible. You know it's not. Her face hardened into anger to mask the fear. You would claim what cannot be claimed. You would twist what I know of my own child. She has my eyes, Elias said. His voice broke despite his effort to keep it steady. She has my hands. My laughter. Lyrana. She has pieces of me that no Xylurian could ever give her. Lyrana shook her head violently. Our kind cannot bear the young of outsiders. It is forbidden by nature itself. Then nature broke its own rules. Conflict of bloodlines. The days that followed were heavy with tension. The elders began to whisper, their voices sharp as knives. Some said the child was a miracle. Others said she was an abomination, a threat to their lineage and survival. Elias watched Seris play, unaware of the storm gathering around her. He remembered Earth, the wars fought over blood and borders, and realized that some truths were universal across the stars. One night, under the moons, Lyrana came to him. Her voice was hoarse. They will take her from us. Elias stiffened. What? The council has spoken. They fear what she represents. They say she must be given to the high temple, raised apart, studied, contained. Rage flared through him. Over my dead body. Her eyes softened with pain. You do not understand. I swore an oath to my people. But my heart. She stopped, trembling. My heart betrays me. Elias, she calls you father because perhaps you are. But if they know what we shared, they will cast me out. Worse, they will brand Seris unholy. He reached for her, gripping her hands. Then we fight for her. Together. But fear warred in her gaze. The Xylurian way was bound in law older than their stars. The decision. The next day, Elias stood before the council fire, Seris asleep in his arms. She is my daughter, he declared. And I will not let you take her. The elder's golden eyes glittered like polished amber. One spoke. His voice layered with ancient resonance. Outsider, your seed cannot mingle with ours. What you hold is an error, a danger. If she grows, what will she become? Neither of us, or both. What harmony could she know? She will be better, Elias growled. She will be the bridge between us. The council murmured. Lyrana stepped forward, her voice trembling but strong. I carried her. I bled for her. She is mine. And she is his. That is truth, whether law allows it or not. The council fell into chaos. Some cried out that it was blasphemy. Others whispered that it was destiny. At last, the eldest of them, a frail woman whose skin glowed faintly like crystal, raised her hand. Silence fell. The child lives. She will not be taken. But know this. Her eyes bored into Elias. The stars do not forgive easily when laws are broken. If your blood proves poison, it will fall on both your heads. Elias tightened his hold on Seris. Then let the stars judge us by the life she makes, not by the fear you cling to. The ending, father of a new dawn. Months passed, and though whispers followed them, Seris thrived. She grew strong, her laughter filling the air like music. She learned the Xylurian songs and human stories, blending them into something entirely new. One night, Elias sat by the river, watching her sleep. Lyrana joined him, her hand brushing his. For the first time she did not pull away.